Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Red Allies, we have Delta 7, who also is known by you know. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Cyan Soviets, we have AlliesForNoobs, which is probably meant to insult his opponent, who's going for allies. We do got a reactor being deployed out right there. We got a bear advancing. Will it be a dog eat bear world, or will it be a bear eat dog world? Let's find out. Both sides trying to get a good engagement. Looks like they're unsuccessful. And rolls a miss there, and does get a roar there, but the guy does kill off that dog. A mutual destruction there, and a good roar there by the Soviets. So the Soviets will win out the initial pet world. The bears will reign supreme. Peacekeepers going to the garrisons now. And now we've got an air base deployed out on the field. We've got a dog and a bear advancing forward. And the bear does miss right there. And went late for that bark there, allowed the bear to get a mutual kill. Conscripts pushing forward, trying to clear out these garrisons now. Does actually get out of the garrisons entirely. Back to this one. Now we've got a Vindicator pushing way forward. These garrisons will keep these conscripts nice and safe. One, two, and there's nothing left right there. That's all the conscripts deployed out in the field. Could just throw a bomb into something. We've got 4 bombs remaining. Not sure what 4 bombs can do. Oh, there. Ooh, that's a little bit overkill. Conscripts do get out of the garrison. Does throw 1 back in each garrison. So there's now going to be 8 conscripts. All with Molotov cells trying to clear out the garrisons. We do got a multi-gun turret. Maybe that was up right there. Get some great damage right there. Will force back both the bullfrogs and the conscripts, so you will not be able to advance in that region. Mortar gun turret has been deployed on out. And looks like that sickle does go down right there to the Vindicators. Peacekeepers are making their way forward. The garrisons will slowly get cleaned on up. He could throw these peacekeepers. Nope, that garrison is fully destroyed. And that garrison's not destroyed as well. Conscripts being thrown to the higher ground, trying to get inside this garrison, or be able to destroy the oil derrick as well. And now the peacekeepers advancing. Does get inside this garrison. There's 5 slots in there, so that'd be a great garrison right there, as well as pretty forward. The conscripts going to be slowly picking away against that oil derrick. Will take a bit of time. And the garrison, ooh, gets fully cleaned up by those Molotovs. Got now a cryocopter pushing way forward, trying to get that ore collector. And a little bit overkill there, but does, of course, he needs to fall back away from the bullfrogs either way. Conscripts pushing the way forward. We got the sickle advancing as well. And he's going to take time to destroy the rest of these garrisons so they're out of his way. The oil derrick is under fire. And now we've got the conscripts now dropping on forward. try and deal with this oil derrick. He may throw some Molotovs there. Let's get inside the garrison. It does take out the oil derrick now. Vindicator's flying about, maybe trying to fire some bomb runs as well as the pair of Apollos. Now the MCV is trying to eye for a naval expansion. He may shrink it, just ignore his opponent. MiGs are here. There's 2 Apollos. 1 MiG does go down, 1 Apollo does go down. And the Apollo does fall back, and the Bullfrog does finish off that Apollo as well as a Vindicator. Very good kills there. I'm still trying to find some shots there, but the garrison will be cleaned up quite quickly. And he's going to destroy that garrison entirely. Now, of course, they expose these conscripts and does crush them with the Guardian tanks. Over here, we got, it looks like a handful of flak troopers and a terror drone that should be very effective versus these Guardian tanks. So you have to be very careful and micro the terror drone in order to stop the Guardian tanks from crushing the flak troopers. There are currently 5 flak troopers here, and both players destroy the garrison. So, there goes the Twin Towers. Six flak troopers right here. Up north, we've got the garrison being harassed by a twin blade. We do have 1 Apollo here. He may try to snipe that twin blade, but right now the Apollo will need to fall back. Does actually get the kill on that MiG. That MiG must have been wounded, and that MiG does take out that Apollo. Both of those get cleaned on up, and he's hit that twin blade, and he does go and gun down the twin blade. Does go ahead and freeze that ore collector, and the crowd counter does go down. Garrison still currently garrison. Both sides sort of just massing up a force. Got leech beam, hammer tanks, and some flak troopers there. This may be a desolator strike. This peacekeeper will likely catch it. Does quickly go down right there. Sells off a little bit too quickly because he lost that peacekeeper as well. And down south we've got Riptide advancing forward. Prowl shot does come forward. Does not get frozen there. The reactor was a good attempt to stop him from getting a shatter there, but it was not needed. Does cancel the reactor before being fully built, and now got another Riptide, now pushing him forward, trying to harass this ore collector. And should be able to get it, give him enough time. Even though it's in point blank range, there's no splash damage from those torpedoes. Terror Drum does get the infect there, which of course will take a bit of time to get the kill. The ore collector does get destroyed, and the Terror Drum will get to secure the kill. Drinks multiple of those Guardian tanks there, forcing them back forward, getting some good damage onto them. Got a good number of flak troops here as well. Flak troopers. Black troopers, hammer tanks are falling on back. Got a sickle here. Aerodrone will need to do a lot of work versus these infantry, vehicle forces. Got the bear advancing forward as well. This bear, multiple bears have been deployed on out. They're going to be quickly crushed by those guardian tanks. Conscript does get cleaned on up there. May see a cryo shot over here. I think it's off cooldown, right? One of these guardian tanks will be picked on up. In the hammer takes an extra gun. This is going to replace that wall segment. Got a reactor trying to body block these guardian tanks. Cancel it right there. Kills off another hammer tank there. Cryo shot does come forward. Doesn't get shattered right there. Will get shattered now. And now the ore collector does get frozen right there. Guardian tanks getting cleaned on up. Hammer tanks are pushing way forward. Leech beam right there. I've just got at least 2 hammer tanks right now with the extra gun. And the laser painting laser may want to turn to his regular gun right now. Not doing all too much. Does finish off that ore collector, the frozen one. But however, all the guardian tanks do go down. Oh, looks like I'm losing some internet connection. Yep, and my internet's going to crap. Sorry about that, everybody who's trying to watch. I need to see what's actually causing that internet being utilized. Okay, I'm gonna drop 700 frames on the stream. Suppose it's stabilized at the moment. Now we've got the multi-gun turret right there, trying to hold back these tanks. It will not be successful. Got a handful of guardian tanks here, but not a lot. Multi-gunner IFVs. Got a number of cryo copters with some. This flagship pose a bit more of a problem to the cryo copters than the bullfrogs. This layer check comes up for as well, and looks like he killed off a number of his own forces right there. I think they get a pretty good cash bounty, however. Good shrinks there onto the guardian tanks. Not guardian tanks, hammer tanks. Power plant stays on up. You have tier 2 here. No tier 3 just yet. That may be max clearance being researched now. That's max clearance. So next up, Mirage tanks. Or Athenas. Go for a possibility. Cryo shot or cryo blast does come forward. Does freeze down this ore collector. Riptide can rush from forward, try to get the kill. It should be unfrozen relatively soon. It does get spotted by the twin blade there as well. Alls can protect it. All depends how much he's going to. He's not paying attention. He's focused on this engagement here. Boot camp does go down. Power plant's about to go down as well. Looks like all the hammer tanks does get shrunken. And here comes Athena. It may be a little bit better to go for the Mirage tank at this point in time. Does get 2 kills there with the Athena cannon, and now here comes the cryocopters. Does absorb a lot of shot there. Guardian tanks are advancing forward. And these Mirage tanks, they're effective versus the infantry, and of course we deploy on the front line rather take time to fire off some long range barrages. Another Athena cannon there, and that twin blade does get cleaned on up. This one does get deployed unfrozen. He does have an extra ore collector there that needs to be crushed. Or stored away for the time being. Doesn't have a crusher crane. Spud next to him, crash on down. Didn't get any hits. Multi-gunner turret is advancing. Does go and freeze down that sickle right there. And good hits there onto those cryocopters. We got another burst right there. Getting a kill onto the hammer tank. And now fully her guarding tank is going down south. I'm not sure for what. There's no expansion here. He may not realize there's no expansion there, so maybe for a bit of a recon. But soon there's going to be expansion there. The MCV, if he's not paying attention, can crush that Guardian tank, drunken or not. Cryocopters push the way forward, then do fall back. And I do have a command hub over here for expansion as well. Guardian tank's no longer in the region. And that may be it right there. It's fully heroic. We got a Desolator Striker now being brought on in. Athena can's pushed way too far forward. Cryo Blast right there will give the allied player a little bit of time. 3 frozen tanks right there. Hits the conscriptors, and that's like a great target there. Now we got the Bear Sergeant forward. Let's be heroic. Peacekeeper does get gunned down there. Or sliced down right there. 2 frozen hammer tanks are still alive. There's actually a shield right there. He's a little bit in the minimum range. Cryocopters are in the mix as well. More hammer tanks going down. Bullfrogs seeing some great damage down to those cryocopters. Got Peacekeepers and Flak Troopers are advancing forward as well. Making some great hits right there. We got the Guardian tank advancing, trying to get some good damage on the multi-gunner turret. Does take out the Guardian tank there, and this one does go down as well. Tricks down a number of these hammer tanks. And the Terror Drone does get cleaned on up as well. The allied player does manage to reform his line. The Soviet players does have a handful of conscripts and hammer tanks and some bullfrogs. Nothing too significant. Of course, we have tier 3 here.
You had enough.
And now he's going to make his way down to expansion once again. The lingering vision should have spotted this area. It should be able to start gunning down that ore collector. The ore collector should maybe be able to crush the shrunken Guardian tank. Does get armor up there. He's in pursuit of the shrunken Guardian tank. And we do have a naval yard down south. Or down the water. And there you go. He's trying to go for a crush move. It's unable to go for a crush move. Hammer tanks and Guardian tanks are engaged on in. Conscript throws some Molotovs in. He could try to go some crushes there. Got some heroic Peacekeepers in the mix as well. Guardian tanks are getting slowly picked on off. All the hammer tanks are now down. Let's get an effect on that Guardian tank right there with the wounded Terror Drone. That Terror Drone does get infected as well. Multiple infects there coming out by the Soviet player. He's going to try to fall back. He should be able to save it. The Athena Cannon may block their movement. Saves one. Doesn't save that one. The Athena Cannon, it body blocked him, which what killed him. Excuse me, as I sneeze. Just going to freeze down both of these units. Guardian tank gets the kill there. Gets the kill there. And there's also a Terror Drone here. You may want to freeze that. That should get frozen, no problem. Does sell it off right there. Doesn't realize that a Terror Drone right there. We got a multi-gunner turret here. And now we got the MCV now packed on up, may advance forward. We got the cryocopters advancing. There's 2 flak towers here, but Cryogeddon could cause some big problems with that. We do have now a orc that's being frozen, gets killed off by now heroic Vindicator. This one will get frozen, picks off as well. That's a lot of economic damage against the Soviet player. We got this multi-gunner turret here being leached down. Could have been in range for a couple of these guys. These 2 flak towers should be able to hold off those cryocopters. Not enough of them to overrun them. You've got a good amount of bullfrogs in this region as well. But shrinking them all down with cryocopters could cause a bit of a problem for the allied lines. Was that a Mirage tank? Just one Mirage tank just came out. Maybe not. We got some more hammer tanks advancing forward, trying to leash down these multi-guard turrets. Good shrinks there on the hammer tanks. Oops, and my drink is making a lot of noise. Multi-guard turret slowly being leached down. And it's trying to shrink these guys down as well. Focus on try to shrink down that low health one as well, so try charging forward like this one here. And doesn't get any shots off on those. We got full crowd getting deployed out right there. A Theta Can's a little bit pushed forward. Guardian takes advancing forward. One Theta Can's get quickly picked off. Two Theta Can's get picked on off. Some of these flak troopers are getting frozen. Desolator are coming forward, but there's no infantry in that region. Prospector even got pulled on the front line. And now we got these hammer tanks now advanced, getting ripped apart. And now the mag mines come forward as well, but a number of those flak troopers did get crushed. One of the guardian tanks go down, one of them got infected. The allied player has a lot of infantry force, a lot of force advancing forward. Does finish off the infected unit. Let's get some more mag mines there. That flak trooper got a double kill there. We focus down that crusher crane there and canceled the Tesla coil right there. Good roars there by the bears, but the heroic one does finish off those bears. Now the heroic one's going to start gunning away, and the hammer tanks are advancing. More mag mines. Does take out some guardian tanks there. More mag mines. It looks like and of course if you crush flak troopers that have mag mines out, it will latch a mag mine onto them even if it's out of its rate of fire, if that makes any sort of sense. That's a lot of heroic guardian peacekeepers there. That bear will not be able to get off any successful roars there with that many heroic infantry units. You have only the elite and veteran ones, and the unvetted ones got stunned there. You hit that guardian tank first, does get the guardian tank there, but that little opening there allowed him to seize to take out that ore collector, ore refinery. And now the ore collector itself just charged 4 gates of kills there. And the Tesla coil will finish up the rest of these infantry forces. Does set up the reactor there, but something like that reactor means he does have the ore refinery queued up. Up north we've got a frozen Akula sub. Managed to get that before submerged. And does take it out right there. Conscript is quite wounded right there. And the Prospector is gunning down quite a bit. This Prospector does set up the command hub. And do have another ore refinery now deployed on out. Apollos and cryocopters making their advance. We got 3 Apollos, 5 cryocopters. There's of course 2 cryogenic can freeze on those flak cannons. At least get them chilled. Reduce the rate of fire is also very good. Trying to freeze on the construction yard while at it. Vindicator charging up forward as well. 1 flak cannon is up and firing, but it's very slow rate of fire. Just throws the bombs up to the ore refinery and backs on off. Loses a number of those forces. Goes down to 1 cryocopter. He had 5, now 1. And those chilled and frozen flak cannons did not do a whole lot. Twin Blades takes out this command hub. The allied players are mass expanding. These are currently depleted. Plenty of ore remaining on these ones. This one has plenty, nearly full. This one has 5,000 credits, so can't get him a refund after deploying our ore refinery, but won't provide much more than that. This one is depleted as well. So this one over here is depleted. So we've got 3 of both sides with depleted ore refineries. That leaves the Soviet player very little income at the moment. Satellites raiding on in. The Allied player has plenty income. Level 2 satellites takes out the multi-gunner turret. And these twin blades getting ripped apart. The Pauls do fall back in time. And the twin blades receive a bit of a volley there. A couple of them quite wounded. We got multiple multi-gunner IVs. Prospector. Is he trying to turret push with a prospector? There's Tetsuko here. And it goes down right there. Twin blades need to fall back to a crusher crane. He's getting a crusher crane now. He's going to crush this ore collector. Very nice. As well as get his forces repaired on up. But now the Allied player is pushing with a lot of infantry with the Athena cannon support. And this doesn't look good with the Soviet player. It all comes down to a very Desolator strike. It will be a stall Desolator strike, not a lethal one. And satellites are on cooldown as well. Oh, that's a full-size Desolator strike as well. Bullfrogs do see some hits there. Then he can't advancing forward. Does activate his shield there to prevent any additional damage. Gaucher should be able to deal with that Garrison Opon. It's just the other 2 Athena cannons in the region. A lot of veterans on those conscripts. But they won't last all too long. They do take out a javelin troop, however. That's 10 cryocopters. And there's no flak. Oh! We got a satellite. Nope, that's magnetic singularity. Does get some infantry units, but that's about it. Twin blades advancing forward. Does have some shields right there, trying to hit these forces. More shields going on up. Got a handful of bullfrogs here. Crushes. Not sure actually what he crushed right there. Got a Terror drone from it, either way. Guardian tank does go down right there. And now we've got the bullfrogs charge on board. There's a lot of potential damage right there. A lot of AoE damage. Kraken does come forward as well. Got some veteran elite broke bullfrogs. Guardian takes an advance forward. May get frozen a little bit himself. It looks like all the bullfrogs just get frozen up. Leaving the cryocopters free range of air support. We've got some javelin troops here to protect his forces from those twin blades. The guardian tanks are being slowly picked off by those twin blades. We've got the war factor going down. Barracks, emergency barracks, like trying to go for some bears. Reactor does go down as well. Trying to hit the airfield. Airfield goes down. And now the super reactor is under siege. Guardian tanks getting focused down by those twin blades. And the Soviet player has backed out of the game. This is Angray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.